All right, peace everybody. Happy Friday, aka Happy Venus Day. So I'm gonna start off with the prayer. Please say it with me if it's up to you. You can do it. If not, don't worry about it. Grand Rising to everybody. All right. First and foremost, I want to give thanks to the Great Mother for another day of waking up from the slumber of what they call sleep. And I want to give thanks to the seven ancestral spirits of creation. I want to give thanks to the archangels, the angels, the ancestors. And I say this prayer to help those like yours truly that are striving for righteousness and that are actually asking and pleading for protection from those that claim to be righteous that are actually unrighteous, that are actually wolves in sheep's clothing, that have the audacity to lie to the people and say that they are righteous and saying that they are chosen when we know who you put your spirit upon that are chosen. And we ask you to protect those that are the real chosen from people that are actually using a false narrative of saying that they're chosen and that are actually wolves in sheep's clothing, that are literally stalking and preying on those that are the true chosen ones. And we ask you for that protection, that guidance, that motherly love, that comfort that we yearn for. We ask all of you to just please be around us with your protecting light, your protecting energy, and to help us through and through from this year all the way to all the other years. We want to thank you. Ashe, Ahia Bobo. I'm done saying the prayer. All right. So today is Friday. How my beloveds doing? Um, on this Friday, I wanted to say I'm happy. I was watching a video about how a lot of our people are unifying because worldwide because of what's going on in Africa with that president over there. That's a captain and president, and how he's trying to keep the colonizers going in this country to take his to take the money. And now from what I'm finding out, all of Africa are coming together to keep the colonizers out. How you doing, Mother Shelley? All the brothers and sisters in Africa keep trying to keep the colonizers out now. They're coming together worldwide now, and also many of us are actually uniting with them too because we're getting tired of the colonization. We're getting tired of people attacking us. It's a beautiful time. It's a beautiful time. Um, Now us over here, the brothers and sisters over here, we gotta put all our differences together. Um, Seriously, because you still got people out there that's pushing this gender war. The gender war started with feminism. They did this on purpose to break up the so-called black family. They don't want no more children that are melanated being born in this country. And I wanted to also share that I talked to the brother William Jolly Bay yesterday, and he was talking about what our Grand Sheik said, and I want y'all to listen carefully. They don't want you so-called black men and women here. This is your land, though. They don't want you here. Y'all don't realize that America is sitting on top of resources. And I'm not talking about fiat currency. There's actually oil and gold hidden in this country. They're not going to tell you about it because they stole a lot of it due to colonization. They trying to attack Haiti. They've been over there in Haiti trying to take their resources because Haiti's sitting on trillions of dollars of resources. Our family in the West Indies and many of our people over here are coming together worldwide now, all because of what's going on in Africa. And this administration already made it clear from what my wife told me and what the brother Jolly Bay said that they already put us under martial law. They did it real secretly. Then there was a law that was passed now that Congress had made an executive order signed that teachers can now discipline your children in the schools. And they started with my state first, which is Maryland. So they're going to start doing it all across the states. And I want to let y'all know that there's a thing called the Real ID Act. The Real ID Act is in all the states. The Real ID Act, you cannot leave your state unless you have the real ID that they present to you. If you leave the state without the new ID, you cannot come back into your state. I'm just giving y'all all the information right now. They do not want you so-called African Americans over here, and this is your land. That's why they gave you, i.e., the title African American. That's why they gave you the title FBA. That's what they're doing. They don't want you over here because they know that this is your secret land. Okay? They know that through paperwork that they have hidden. There's a thing called the Dawes Rolls. The Dawes Rolls actually has the real people names who's indigenous on this land. And that's how you got the $5 Indian, because they put $5 to claim to be a Native American or indigenous person. And that's what the colonizers did. They don't want you to know this information. Okay? They want you to stay asleep. They don't give a damn of you. Point blank, period. And I really and see you see I'm because they buffer me again. You see that, right? And I'm on StreamYard now. I'm on StreamYard. Look what they're doing. So I'm letting y'all know what's really going down. From what they said, they got some other things lined up too. Many of the Walmarts are closing as well. Then I found out, y'all, from talking to William Jolly Bay and Larry King Bay, that the rapper Fat Joe is also in trouble for human trafficking. This is what I'm finding out. Okay, he's been in that too. He had somebody in his camp involved in it and all. I'm finding all this stuff out too. Um, what else? Um, a lot of these rappers are practicing homosexuality too, and they're in the closet. A lot of them, and a lot of them are getting revealed. And everybody keep on talking about the Puffy trial. Can I tell y'all something? The Puffy trial really haven't really taken place like that yet, but it's about to. This is the new Jeff. This is Jeffrey Epstein 2.0. Okay. A lot of things in Hollywood is getting shut down. You got Denzel Washington now wanting to become a pastor. You got all this stuff going on now. Um, TD Jakes is stepping down from his congregation because of the trials. Okay, a lot of this stuff is happening. Okay, um, they really don't. They put everything. They sweeping everything under the rug. That's why all these distractions is. I told y'all in other lives that all these distractions is something really going on that they're not talking about. Okay, and I'm telling y'all some of the things that's going on. Okay, today is Friday, which is Venus Day. Venus is also connected to Aphrodite. It's also connected to Oshun. Don't believe me? Look it up. Saturday is also dealing with Yemoja and Oshun too. But Friday, which is considered Venus Day, look up the planet Venus, what she symbolized, and also say what she symbolized, so y'all can know what to do whenever this time comes and how to pretty much, you know, go about Fridays. But I just wanted to give y'all some of that information. Um, and I'm gonna be talking to the brothers today. Also, another thing, a good thing too. We have finally, me and the brother Jolly Bay spoke on a whole lot, dealing with the channel, dealing with his channel, dealing with brother Nuth's channel, dealing with the brother Larry King Bay. Okay, me and brother Jolly Bay talked, and he's down on coming on his channel sometime, and he's also down on having our Rumble channel launching soon, where all of us are going to be on there. We just got to find everybody's working schedule. I'm home every day, so everybody is going to literally start finding their dates that they're free, so we can finally do our channel together and start bringing the news. And I let it be known that I might be just be in a quiet zone. Let the brothers go ahead and say what they got to say. When we start everything, so it's actually official. Um, I'm happy about it. I hope all y'all are happy about it because we need a channel like that where we can actually have brothers, and then we're going to start getting the sisters together to start talking too, so we can get that feminine energy going. So we want to handpick women that are going to start coming to the forefront, explaining about the femininity of being a woman and the divine feminine and all of that. So we are going to be taking our time to literally find the right sisters to join. You see what I'm saying? So we are actually we actually aligning this right, aligning this right, and I have the funds to actually start getting my first lamp. Yay! So a lot of good things are happening. Um, and we're going to have a Rumble channel. From what I know, Rumble. We're going to also do TikTok together. Everybody gonna have their own individual TikTok, and we're gonna have one together. We're gonna also have we're gonna create a cash app for the new channel with all of us on it. It's already been created. I told y'all that before. It's already been created. We're gonna create a cash app for that so we can start helping out one another. But we ain't gonna really, we want to help out those that's out there that could be going to do financial stuff and stuff. And if we can just put stuff together, we can just send it. You know what I mean? It might not be much, but it'd be something just to say that we did do something. Um, so brothers really are looking forward for that. We just got to find everybody work schedule. Once everybody work schedule coming together, we can have a roundtable discussion like we did in the past and start getting things moving. We are not about no beef, none of that stuff. We all about really building. Because I told Jolly Bay the vision that was given to me, um, and how the ancestors really want us to do this and actually be social media moguls in this and help out our community that way. Pretty much be like close to like a news media for our people when it's all said and done, and actually give you the real information and not give you all the other BS. We want to let you know what really goes on behind the scenes, and actually have people eventually unite with people that actually know what's really going on behind the scenes, so we can get things moving. Um, that's pretty much it. That's what's going on, and I want y'all to know that it's been great. It's been a great rising, and we're going to get things moving from there. Like seriously, like I'm actually excited. Like and we had to get rid of all the clutter that was surrounding us as a brotherhood, and we did that. So we're gonna have I don't know what that we're gonna have younger brothers, younger sisters that we took under our tutelage and have them on the channel that we created. So it's gonna be days that we might not talk and let them talk, and we just be in the background because a lot of people that we have that's younger than us, they're like in their early 30s, and some of them I took under my wing when they were like teenagers. Like there's two of them that I know that I took under my wing. And when I say that these two that I took under my wing, but I actually have more than them, the people that I took under my wing, when I say they solid, they solid. They know about the Anunnaki. They know about um anything and everything you can think of, y'all. They know about what's going on in the spirit realm. They know about the ancient Tibetan people, the monks, and all of that. They know about healing properties, everything. So I took the time to literally take these young people under my wing. And if you ever hear or see any brothers and sisters on social media, if you hear something about them using some of the lingo that we use on the channel, More than likely, they were in my old group, like back in 2008, 2009, called the Human Family of Star Seeds. Um, you'd be surprised at how many people that your big little brother had took under his wing for years. Okay, um, and you'd be surprised at how many people actually start doing the work, becoming alchemists and so on. Okay, it's a lot of stuff that I want to share with y'all, beloveds, so y'all know what's really going on. Somebody's calling me. So I apologize. Somebody was calling me. So yeah, beloveds, I just want to let y'all know the great news. So we're going to get things cracking. I know I've been saying it for a while, but it's all about people's work schedule. It's all about what people, are capable of doing. But I really want y'all to know that a lot of us are coming together with the brothers and sisters in Africa, and now they realizing that FBA stuff is not real. They realizing the FBA stuff is not real, y'all. Because I told y'all in the beginning, the word FBA means foundation, right? Foundation deals with founder, Black Americans. So you're still calling yourself African Americans by calling yourself Black and Americans. Listen, I'm gonna say it again. Black in a court of law do not exist unless it deals with death. It doesn't have nothing to do with your skin complexion. My complexion is not black, y'all. It is not black. It's melanated. It's copper colored. It's not black. My beard is gray and black. My mustache is gray and black. My goatee is gray and black. My complexion is not black. We have to stop using these color codes that the Vatican used on us, the Christian color codes. Even down to our brothers and sisters, our relatives in Africa, you got to stop doing that. Brothers and sisters and family in the West Indies. I told y'all the connection to Haiti is Louisiana. Louisiana had a connection to Haiti, and the Haitians actually were indigenous over here. I told y'all that. Then to top all of that, me and the brother Jolly Bass talked about the Puerto Ricans. The Puerto Ricans, what y'all need to understand about the Puerto Ricans is that the Puerto Ricans is actually African blood too, and also indigenous blood as well, because of the fact that the Spaniards intermixed and raped the women over there in Puerto Rico. They have also what you call Yoruba blood, Sudanese, which go back to the Sudanese people and so on. So they are part of our clan too. The Puerto Ricans are, along with the Dominicans. So what the Hebrew Israelites was talking about to a standpoint was correct. And also when they said that we were indigenous over here already, that goes back to when Mansa Musa came over here. I'm repeating all this stuff so y'all can actually know and do the research yourself. If you talk to anybody that's Puerto Rican, they listen. What one of the brothers said, Larry King Bass said in Philadelphia, in Philly, 90% of the Puerto Ricans in Philly practice Santeria. They practice Santeria. 90% in Philly of the Puerto Ricans there. Ain't that something? And that's connected to Yoruba. So those that been against Santeria, that saying it's witchcraft and saying that people be putting spells on people, all this crazy nonsense. You know who you are because you don't do the research. If you try to put spells or hexes on people, that is against cosmic law. Cosmic law meaning that what you do will come back, which is karma. So if somebody put a spell on you, guess what? It's going to backfire and it's going to go back on them. And then they either can get taken out or locked up or something. So before you try to say somebody casting spells on you, start looking at yourself because you're the one that's casting spells on yourself. Your words are used as weapons. Keep that in mind. Stop talking bad about our culture that goes back hundreds and thousands of years before you were incarnated in this physical form. And keep in mind, you came down here and had amnesia when you incarnated down here, so you don't even know half the stuff you're talking about because you're caught up in the mindset of what of the West. The ways of the West got you, but got you thinking and got you so-called believing that your culture is demonic, that your practices are demonic. But meanwhile, they're practicing your shit every day and making fun of you and laughing at you because they're practicing your stuff and letting you know, yeah, we got these dumb niggas now. And yet you're still going to Their church is on Sunday, which is the day of the sun, and you worship in the sun and don't even realize it. That is one of the things that's one of the reasons why they say Christianity is a pagan religion, because y'all go to church on a Sunday and it's connected to the Catholic Church. And the Catholic Church get their power from what? Voodoo and Santeria practitioners. Don't believe me? Look it up. Oh, Mother Shelley, I gotta send you that documentary on Santeria. I gotta send you that. Um, and those that want the documentary on Santeria, I will put my email on here again, and you can look at the documentary yourself. Okay. Um, let me see, because I'm done talking about people bashing these practices. You know what I'm saying? I'm done talking about people bashing these practices when we need to be really studying it and going back and realizing who we are. Some of you might can't relate to these practices. Some of you probably can't relate. Y'all might not relate to Santeria. You might relate to Efau. You might relate to Voodoo. Hell, you might relate to Hoodoo. I'm gonna see if I can find a Hoodoo documentary. Okay, that was practiced too by Hoodoo, Voodoo, and Ifa, Santeria, Palo Miombe. We practice all of that. I got to give a shout out to Brother Noof because he gave me the pamphlet on Palo Miombe. That was years ago. So I have a pamphlet on Palo Miombe. So the like it's actually like a PDF file he gave me. I got to give him a shout out for that, because everything I've been saying, that brother did the research and knew I was talking about when I was talking about. He said, "Yo, this brother know what he's talking about." Mother Shelley, when I was on the old channel that I was featured on, Brother Noof was the one that was confirming everything I was saying. And he was like, "This brother knows something." He said it like, "You know some things. You bringing it to the forefront for our people to wake up." And that's all I've been doing, trying to bring things to the forefront so y'all can wake up, because not too many people are going to say this stuff because they scared to get taken down. Me, I don't give a damn, because I have TikTok, I have Instagram, I have a Facebook page, I have all that going on. I'm not playing. I'm highly protected by the ancestors. I'm here to do my job and let y'all wake and help y'all wake the hell up and stop getting caught up in the BS. That's what I'm here for. And if I'm going to get criticized for it, fine. If people want to say he don't know what he's talking about, that's fine. But I guarantee you, if you do the research, you'll see that I know what I'm talking about. Matter of fact, those that practice Freemasonry, I got something for y'all. Those that practice Freemasonry, you're practicing watered down more science, because the higher you go, the more it's going to start turning into Arabic, and it's going to go directly back to the Moors. Then you're going to find out that you're worshiping the Great Mother, because when you get higher, you start wearing a tartar bush, which you call which us Moors call a fez, which has the umbilical cord, which is the tassel connected to Allah. So you're worshiping the so-called black woman, who is actually the sacred geometry, and y'all know that. They keep the secret. All you Caucasian Masons, y'all know that. Y'all know y'all worship the black man and woman, the so-called black man and woman. Y'all know that y'all be talking that y'all had those Shriners driving around in them little cars representing the Moors. Y'all know that too. Y'all know that. Y'all know that. Y'all know that that Freemasonry go all the way back to ancient Kemet. It goes all the way back to Egypt, otherwise is over here. It goes back to the original seven tribes of Africa, which is also connected to this land too, which is also Africa. Y'all know it goes back to Atlantis, the Lemurians, or the Lemurians, or the Lemurians. Y'all know that. Y'all all know that. Y'all all know that. And y'all been trying to like hide that, but somebody already came and got that got that revealed, and that was the guy Dr. Malachi York, who did that too, because he was a 33rd 720-degree Mason, one of the high ranked Masons in the country. So he been exposed that. And then in the Judeo-Christian realm, I want to let y'all know that the angel already came and brought the seven seals already, and I want y'all to know that too. That angel already came and broke those seven seals. Something that the Catholics are not going to tell you. And the whole New World Order thing, That ain't gonna happen like people think it's gonna happen, because the new world order is nothing more than the original world order. The original world order is putting so-called black men and women back in power again. The Moors, or the matriarch of the woman, or the so-called black woman, getting back in power again. That is the real new world order, which is the original world order, and actually bringing the great mother to the forefront, or the divine feminine to the forefront. This is something that they're not telling you. So I'm just giving y'all some information right now. And I don't give a damn if people say, oh, he don't know what he's talking about. Do the research and see what I'm talking about. Prove me wrong. You know what I'm saying? Because they don't want y'all to know who the hell you are. Matter of fact, so-called black women, they don't even want you to know that they worship you every day behind the scenes. They don't want you to know that they don't even want you procreating with your own men. They know the power of the black womb, the so-called black womb. They know the power of it. They know the power of it. They don't want you procreating with your own men at all. Keep that in mind. They really don't. Somebody's still calling me. God damn. Every time I start telling the truth, stuff start happening. You see that for yourself. Every time I'm telling the truth, this happens. They don't want you to know, black women, who you are. They don't want you procreating with your men. That's why they pushing this whole interracial thing. That's why they got you trying to date Asian men. They're trying to get you to date East Asian men as well. They're trying to get you to date men that's not your men. They're trying to get you to date outside and explore your options, because they know the power of the melanin. They know the power of the womb. They know the power of it. Listen, I'm not trying to say nothing wrong, but I'm gonna be honest with you. Okay, this is documented facts. Documented facts. If you are not African descent, or anybody of African descent, or may I say indigenous to this planet, you are considered subhuman, which deals with the Neanderthal DNA. David Wilcox even said that in one of his lectures. He said black people were something special. He said they are the original people on this planet. Everybody else is considered extraterrestrial on this planet, which means that that means that you really don't belong on the planet. This came out of David Wilcox's mouth too. Y'all listen. You got a Caucasian man saying this. You also got their scientists, that's biologists, are saying that study biology and that study cells and all the DNA. They even said if you're not African descent, you are pretty much subhuman. Do you know what sub mean? That means below human. That means below. It means sub means below. So that means that you're a below human. You're a below level human being. Look, I'm not making up none of this stuff. And see, I don't care if people say, "Oh, he's being prejudiced, or he's a separatist." No, I'm telling you the truth, y'all. Truth hurts. The truth hurts. The truth hurts. You don't want to hear the truth, but yet y'all want to go ahead and intermingle and thinking that, oh, love is love, love is love. Okay, if love is love, right, and you love who you love, why your nationality is the most loved and hate at the same time? So-called so-called black woman. So-called black woman. Why everybody look at you as a fetish? They don't look at you on a sexual level. They don't look at you on an intellectual level, sexual level. Why every nation of men want to lay down with you? And then they use money to manipulate you. Then they also mistreat your men like crap. Then they took the men out your homes. And look at our communities now. Many single mothers. Listen, there's an old song with Carmen and Lauryn Hill. And this verse stays on my mind with Lauryn Hill and Carmen. A lot of black women consider their mothers but can't say that they're wives. A lot of black women consider their mothers but can't say that they're wives. Keep that in mind. Keep that thought. That's some shit that hit home. A lot of black women consider their mothers but can't say that they're wives. You gotta ask yourself, why is that? Why is it that our women are the most, I could say they're the most high standard on beauty because everybody wanna have your hips, your lips, your backside and all of that. The Kardashians, Kim Kardashian is one of them. Why do you think that she only date melanated men and she only dated probably what one or two couple Caucasian men, but all her children are melanated? She also started dating Odell Beckham Jr. and she got mad when he ain't want her no more. And then she's still saying she want more children by brothers. Ain't that something? They know the power of the melanin, brothers. They know the power of your phallus. They know the power of it. Women, so-called black women, they know the power of your womb. The thing is, y'all don't know the power of it. Y'all don't know the power of it. You're walking around as sleeping giants and don't realize your power. Why do you think many nations of women want to intermingle with you, brothers? Don't you know in other countries overseas, that's why the passport bros was created. They go overseas and get women from other nations. The sister Shahrazad Ali said something real profound. She said that the so-called black race can survive without the women. She said because the pretty much the men are going overseas and procreating with other nations of women, and those children are coming back melanated like us. Prime example, the Sicilians. Honestly, we need each other on this journey. We really do. Because when you have so-called black love in the world, and mainly in this country, it cannot be destroyed unless you make it. They done got you, they done lied to you, telling you that you're men are this and that, oh, 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 black men don't defend us. I done seen plenty of videos that brothers defended sisters. Y'all need to start questioning these women that's coming out saying that. A lot of these women that's saying that, and a lot of these men that's coming at the sisters, both of them are plants. They were planted to bring forth this gender war. This gender war, no or not, it's been going on from the beginning of time. Since the beginning of time. Why do you think everything is fucked up? Excuse my language. And I'm gonna tell you why. Because in the beginning, when the priestesses of Mommy Water was together, and they brought the men in. Somebody ego got out of hand, and it caused the men to go against the women, and then the women started mistreating. I mean, then the men started mistreating the women, and so on. And the separation began when our foremothers and forefathers were beefing. Then we started seeing how sisters started gravitating towards Caucasian men. Cleopatra. I'm gonna give her. She's a prime example. Cleopatra. Many others. There were African women that was actually trading off their own people for trinkets and marrying Caucasian men. Did y'all know that? Or may I say colonizers? And they were marrying them because of materialism. There was also melanated men that betrayed their own people that were also getting with colonized women as well. A lot of people don't want to talk about this. Like I said, the truth fucking hurt. So when all that happened and the Moors started teaching the colonizers about civilization, agriculture, and all of that during the time of the Dark Ages. The Dark Ages is when the Moors went to Europe and started civilizing the European or the so-called Caucasian. And it also started when they were in the Caucasus Mountains, when they were walking on all fours like dogs. This is some stuff that they want to talk about. And then the Grimaldi man came, the so-called Black Grimaldi man, taught the Caucasian people how to walk upright. Meanwhile, him when he still tried to show them how to walk upright, they were still walking on all fours. And they come from the mountains, the Caucasus Mountains between the Black and Caspian Sea. Look it up on your map. But see what happened, our people started mixing with them and then they started doing what they do now. And that also started over there in the Europe aristocrats. And a lot of people don't know that the European aristocrats were actually melanated people. And they used the Caucasian people as a tool and had y'all thinking that it was the Caucasian man the whole time when it was actually people that looked like you that wanted to keep the power and they hide behind the people that the 13 families. They don't want to tell you that. There's actually 13 families that are melanated that are actually the real bloodlines. I'm telling y'all, they are not going to tell you all this stuff. There's a lot of stuff going on, and these people that look like us that have all the power, they're finding out that their DNA is really not from here. So this whole thing is the biggest illusion ever. And they're using these people as tools. Then you also have other beings down here that they're not telling you about. Matter of fact, during the time of COVID, was that 5 years ago, right? When Trump had his first term, TMZ came out public. TMZ came out public and said that the United States government have had a peace treaty with extraterrestrials since 1981. But we all know that's not 1981. It's beyond that because of Roswell. I told y'all to look up this Caucasian man named Rick Smith, European legacy. I mean, Moorish. What is it? European Confessions of a Moorish Legacy. I told y'all to look him up. Look up that video. European Confessions of a Moorish Legacy. It's a 2 hour long lecture, and he goes in details about the Anunnaki. He goes in details about who the Moors are and who we are as a people. He talked about Inki or Anki because the name Inki really is Anki, and he talked about what Enki did to the melanated people and what made us royal on this planet and also intergalactically. And I'm gonna tell you what he said, that Anki and his sister Nintarsag or Ninti that Dr. put in the holy tablets, but Enki pricked his finger when he created the human race. He pricked his finger and put his blood into the DNA of these melanated people, which made them royalty of the intergalactic council. I'm just paraphrasing some of that because if you're royalty, because his name was Prince Ea, and there's a rapper named Prince Ea too, by the way. See, a lot of the stuff that I'm sharing with you, I'm not making this stuff up. And the whole Yahweh versus uh, the devil and stuff in the heavens, that was actually Enlil and Inky. That was that story. Inky was the one that fell from grace. Just saying. And there was a sister who I follow named Macalessi. Macalessi and her husband, Cyrus King, they did old videos of the Anunnaki. They did videos of what Enki been doing behind the scenes. They've been doing videos. This is like years ago. A lot of this information I done gathered from these old videos through the years, and I'm just paraphrasing some of this stuff because if I would talk to you, it'd be like hours. So Inky pricked his finger, put his DNA into his creation, the melanated people. You have intergalactic blood. Intergalactic. There's also another man I recommend, another Caucasian man named Peter Moon. He also studied the Moors and Prophet Noble Drew Ali. And he been saying for the last who know how many years that black people are the Moors and they also are the Moors of America. They are the founders and they are the ones that were here in America first. This is coming from people that are pale faced, that's studying your information, and they're coming to the forefront and they're telling you, yo, this is your land. Matter of fact, this is your planet. You were the sole controllers of this planet. Well, you are the sole controllers of this planet. And that your DNA is beyond the physical. Your DNA is connected to beyond the physical. It's connected to what? It's connected to the intergalactic and multi-dimensional connections of this particular how can I put it? This particular part of the universe, which is the 18th galaxy, which is the Milky Way galaxy. The Milky Way galaxy is connected to that of Hat-Haru or Hathor. Hathor is also synonymous to none other than Oshun herself, and also Hathor or Hat-Haru was is pretty much she is Maleficent in Disney. If you didn't see Maleficent, Maleficent had the same horns that uh that Hat Haru have, and Hat Haru was the wife and sister of Haru. Haru in Ifa is Shango. Just saying. Then to confirm that, you have the Palladians. The Palladians, the star system of Pallades. The star system of Pallades is called the Seven Sisters of Hathor or Hat Haru, which is also connected to what? To Taurus, the zodiac sign Taurus, which is also connected to what particular planet? Venus, which is Venus Day, which is today. Damn, ain't that some stuff? Ain't that some stuff? I talk about a little bit of intergalactic information, a little bit of intergalactic information to let you know who you are and let the sisters know how powerful you are because Venus is Hat Haru, which is also Aphrodite, which is also Oshun. And the Moors, what is your symbol, Moors? The pentagram. Arm, leg, arm, head. And Oshun is known as the queen of the witches. Ooh, really? Look it up. Look it up. She was known as the queen of the witches. She also went by the name of Sophia. Not making this stuff up. You gotta remember, I talk to Bible owls, man. See, they don't want to tell you all this stuff, but I'm here to let you know. Before I go in this house, I want to share this information with you, and then you can do your own research. Um, and there is another thing. Venus is connected to Aloha too, and I will tell y'all that another time. Okay. See, but they don't tell you that Venus was also known as Lucifer. Whoa, look it up. Venus was also known as Lucifer. The name was Lucifer L. What? Yeah, in Judeo Christianity, that was her name. Also said her name. They don't want to tell you all these secrets, but yet they demonize your shit and tell you stuff, and you be like, huh? Then they tell you that Lucifer and Satan are the same thing. No, Satan is another name for Saturn. Look that up. I'm putting all this stuff out there for y'all to do the research. Look up how Satan equals Saturn. Look up does Lucifer means Venus, is going to pop up and say yes. That is the ancient one of the ancient names of Venus is Lucifer. Excuse me, is Lucifer. In the time when the sun rises, the first star you see during the sun rising is Venus, and she is known as the star in the east that rises. All you Masons know that, don't you? And so do you Moors. So do you Moors. And from what an elder told me, that energy of that particular planet is too powerful that a lot of people cannot stand that energy of that planet when that planet energy gets into their system, because it's not made for people that are not properly aligned with that energy. That's why they start doing chaotic things. I just wanted to say this stuff today. Um, and since it's Friday, Venus Day, I just wanted to put all that out there. I put a little bit of intergalactic information out there. I put a little bit of the EFI information out there. And also, I wanted to let the sisters know the power of your womb, because they don't want you to know that. Matter of fact, let me tell you how everything in the inside of you is connected. If you look at the ram's head of a Dodge, the emblem of a Dodge, okay, when you look at the ram's head, the emblem of a Dodge, it is synonymous to you sisters dealing with your your vaginal all the way to your ovaries, to your reproductive organ. That's what it symbolizes. The whole time they symbolize stuff that's connected to you, and they not telling you nothing. They put everything in plain sight, so you won't be able to catch on. Anybody have anything to say? Mother Shelley, anything you want to say? Mother Shelley, I apologize for the noise. There's two sisters talking, but Mother Shelley, you have anything you want to say in the comments? Anything? Anybody have anything to say? Anybody doing the research while I'm talking? Because I mean, it's three of y'all on here. It was four. I just think it's funny that it come out as a lot of people, then they just disappear. The fourth person is making me wonder who is on here watching and then they disappear. Just saying. So, Mother Shelley, if you know if I'm telling the truth, that's why you ain't saying nothing. I know you long enough to know that if you're not replying, you know I'm telling the truth. The men you had these talks, and my beloved sisters, you know who you are that might be watching. Um, I don't want to put your name out there, but we talk all the time too. And you know that I told you I was gonna come back to my old self, and I'm here. Green light is back, and green light is not playing. The name Green Light was given to me in the spirit realm, in the ancestral slash angelic realm, when I was in meditation back in 2009. 2009, I was given this name. Green Light Cosmic Angel Fire was given to me in the spirit realm. Green, the color green is a healing color. The light is the light that shines from within to bring forth that healing energy from within to bring it outwardly. The cosmic part comes from the cosmos, which I know I come from the cosmos, which also shows that I'm connected to the planet of Orion, and I'm connected to the star system of Orion, and I'm also connected to the star system of Pleiades. So I have the Palladian energy and I have the Orion energy. My middle name, which is Brandon, the name Brandon means also, uh, it means I think uh, little prince or something like that, or prince. And also the word Brandon has Ra in it. Ra deals with the sun, right? I also happen to be in Aries, which is dealing with the first sign of the Western zodiac, which is connected to Mars, which is also symbolized for Amen, the Amen Ra. Amen Ra was also connected to what? To the Ram. The Ram is also connected to none other than Shango. Don't believe me? Look it up. Um, and also my zodiac sign is connected to the Falcon, which is Haru, or the Hawk, which is Haru. So my last name Forte means strength in French is French, means strength. El or ill means God. And that deals with also the planet Saturn. And I was just so happens to be born on a Saturday, on April 18th, 1981, Saturday, 6:58 a.m., which is the number 19. The number 19 is also the code and also the number for the Quran. The Quran has the number 19, which is a prime number. The number 19 also adds up to the number 10, which is the number one. The number one means forerunner, leader. But I am not y'all leader. I am just a teacher that is bringing forth this information. And I have a lot of information to give and also references. A lot of this information came from cross-referencing Dr. Malachi York books, Dr. Barashango, Dr. Ben Yakinen, um, um, Dion Fortune, um, Dr. Amos Wilson. I mean, Dr. Amos. I think that's his name. That's his name. Dr. Leonard Jeffries. I can go on. Um, Dick Gregory, Bobby Hemmett, Dr. Phil Valentine. I did a lot of cross-referencing research through the years. Since I've been a teenager, I've been doing this information coming across it. I've been around the Hebrew Israelites. I've been around the Muslims. I've been around the Christians. I've been around the Moors, which I am now. I've been around the Nubians. The list goes on. This is who I've been around, and this is where I studied all this information under through the years. And I had a DNA explosion, honestly, when I was like probably 18, and I'm 44 now. 44 equals the number 8. The number 8 equals 720 degrees, which is also the number 9, which is also 666, which is also dealing with 6 protons, 6 electrons, and 6 neutrons. So, yeah, I'm here. And I remember other lifetimes that I was into. And I have Asiatic eyes as well. So I had a time in Asia, not numerous times in Asia. So I have Asiatic eyes. And I was one of the original Asian people, which looked like this. And I was hand-to-hand combatant in martial arts, which I'm doing right now. So I'm giving you a little summary, a little story about yours truly, so you can know that I'm not just talking ish. And I was divinely sent here by the Great Mother herself, and she told me who sent me here. And I'm also an Eastern Star, know it or not. And I'm a Moor. I did all of that. I went through a lot of schools of thought, and I was told by the Great Mother herself, well, one of her attributes. Oshun herself told me, I sent you down here and I'm going to put my seal on you. My life path is the number 5, which is her number. And the 18th month of April, the 18th day of April, I was born, 1981, which equals the 18 equals the number 9. But the number 1 means forerunner. The 8, I forgot what that 8 mean. I will come back and let y'all know. So I'm just like, I'm when I say I know self, I know thyself. So I'm here to bring forth the information for everybody to listen to. And I'm not here to be on no ego stuff because I don't have time to debate anybody anymore. I passed the debating stages. I done made my point clear. I done traveled the city of Baltimore with a backpack on. I'm telling y'all a whole lot of my story. I traveled in the city of Baltimore years ago with a big ass backpack full of books, and I would walk around the city of Baltimore and teach. So teach the information I'm sharing with you. Um, if those that are cancer, which is the crab, you are connected to the moon. But there are actually 3 deacons there's 3 deacons in each zodiac sign. You might be connected to the moon, but you might also have a connection to Mars or whatever. I gotta look at y'all deacons. Those that are Pisces, those that are all these different zodiac signs. You have you have more than one deacon, three deacon apiece for all zodiac signs. I'll go over that. I'll go over that with y'all again what a deacon is. But either or, I just want to share this information and share a lot of stuff about who a brother is and stuff that's been going on. I really want to let y'all know I love you all that been watching. Um, please know, so-called black women, who you are. So-called black man, know who you are. Appreciate and love who you are. But I'm here to tell you, they do not want you procreating with one another. That is why they pushing interracial dating so high. And me, I don't care who you date, but I'm telling you what they doing. Interracial dating is making the genes of the other nationality stronger. That's what it's doing. Because we are in the sun cycle. The sun cycle is when the earth is getting hotter because of the sun, which is a star. And many people from different nations cannot stand the heat rays of the sun, so they have to intermix with the people that are melanated, highly melanated, that are known to deal with the heat rays of the sun, which is you, so-called black man and woman, so-called African man and African woman, so-called mothers and fathers of civilization. That is why they're intermingling with you. Subconsciously, they know. Subconsciously, they know. There's a difference between the conscious and subconscious. Subconsciously, they know. But I also want y'all to know that in the spirit realm, there is no gender, no race in the spirit realm. If you really want, I'm talking about, far as like, there's no race in the spirit realm. You literally, literally choose the race and so on that you want to be in the spirit realm. So those people that are Caucasian, they come in for a reason too. The ones that's on y'all own, that actually know this truth, they don't have no problem taking it, and they have divine love for you, melanated brothers and sisters. But you don't have, a lot of you don't have love for yourself and don't appreciate yourself. But I digress. I said enough that I had to say. I've been almost on here for an hour. I love you all. Peace, love, light, darkness, supreme balance to the universe. May the great mother and the ancestral spirits guide you, protect you, and may the angels watch over you, and may the angels and ancestors watch over you. I love you all. Peace and love.